Magic-based reality warping.
How the fuck does that mean that?
Haki.
How does limited resistance to time manipulation mean you now have resistance to reality warping, logic changing bullshit? That shit sounds stupid, bro. I'm sorry. We gonna keep
Power
pushing.
Haki, but things like the Rasen Shuriken or reality warping are not going to do anything special.
I just can't get over this reality warp shit because it sounds so fucking ridiculous, right? So reality warping is essentially the ability to like manipulate, change, or like sort of shape any aspect of reality you want from nothing, or change any aspect of reality you want, right, at its highest level. But as you get like lower into like reality warping, it can pretty much essentially apply to anything. If you're changing any aspect of any natural law or scientific law, or you're manipulating it in any sort of way, you're warping reality in some aspect. You feel me? And that's how most wikis describe it. You feel me? So anything can really be reality warp, but at its highest level, it essentially allows you to create realities and shape like fundamental laws of reality and sort of manipulate physics to any degree you want, right? And he's essentially saying that Luffy is immune to all of that just in general because of Haki. Like, it doesn't matter what level of reality warp you're using, Luffy is just immune to it. You feel me? So anything from transconfiguration, where you change natural aspects of biology or something like that, to gravity manipulation doesn't work on Luffy. Time-space manipulation doesn't work on Luffy, according to bro. All because of Haki. It just doesn't make sense. And he's saying this all because it granted him limited resistance to time manipulation. Right? This is why nobody really has resistance to reality warping, right? Because if you resist any sort of manipulation of any sort of scientific law, you have fucking resistance to reality warp, right? Madara being resistant to Might Guy bending space. Might Guy was warping what we know, like warping, you feel me? Like, it's manipulating space, an aspect of reality. That's reality manipulation. It's as simple as that. You feel me? So, and I will throw like the definitions of reality warp so you can see them during this, discussion I'm having. But it's just sort of weird that he's saying that this is, resistant to reality warping when reality warping is literally everything. You feel me? And you can't really have resistance to it unless you have resistance to everything. So, no.
They would have the same effect as a normal attack. This means that Naruto's Rasen Shuriken is not going to work for more reasons.
You could literally just argue the Rasen Shuriken wouldn't work because Haki is like something spiritual. It doesn't necessarily have cells, right? And that's what the Rasen Shuriken attacks. You feel me? But he's not doing that. He's essentially saying that Haki negates all like special properties of an attack, and that it grants resistance to all. Like, it's bullshit. That's what he's saying. He's essentially saying bullshit.
As Luffy is immune to poisons, and it is explicitly described as a poison.
Let's read the scan, bro.
As Luffy is immune to poisons, and
poison doesn't seem to work much on me anymore. I guess because of Magellan, the poison warden in Impel Down. Magellan, the poison man from Impel Down. Okay, they literally said it next. How dare you compare me to a mere Promethea? Look, there are always different levels to poisons. You feel me? They have different levels of power, right? For example, Sakura was resistant to Sasori's poison to some degree, you feel me? Which attacked your cells, every cell in your body or something ridiculous like that. But if the Nine-Tail doesn't if Kurama doesn't fuck with you, he can essentially poison you with his chakra. And this poison took out Sakura, somebody who is equipped to handle Sasori's poison, which attacks every cell in your body, right? But this shit is essentially put her down for the count. She was like fucking hyperventilating and shit like that. So obviously you can have some level of immunity to poisons, but there are different strengths to poison, right? And you could obviously argue that something like Naruto's poison that he gets from like Kurama's chakra is like way stronger than something like Magellan's. You're comparing a multi-continental through planetary fox to like a fucking jail warden. It's just
and
sort
it
of
is
weird.
explicitly described as a poison. The truth-seeking balls,
like fucking the Rasen Shuriken isn't even really a poison. It just attacks your cells like a poison. It was a simple comparison. He takes everything said within these manga panels as just so literal and at such face value. It's almost idiotic.
if he still has them, won't work. And most notably, Naruto's
Why would truth-seeking orbs not work? Let's go back, bro. I want to hear about that.
The truth-seeking balls, if he still has them, won't work. And most notably, Naruto's final form from Boruto won't work. Because
Why
Haki
won't they
has
work?
listed more
Why would truth-seeking balls not work though? Isn't Haki like spirit armor that you put on your fucking body? And don't truth-seeking orbs completely destroy like spirit matter? Like truth-seeking orbs completely erase things like chakra and ninjutsu, right? And obviously, chakra is your spiritual, mental, and physical vitality mixed together, blah, blah, blah. So obviously, to completely erase chakra, you have to completely erase some side of spirit matter. And also, if you just go by like common knowledge, it's sort of just, evaporates your soul, right? Even Death Battle, he once again used as a like good reference in his last video, right? Says like truth-seeking balls can erase your soul and shit like that. So I don't get why something formed of spirit matter like Haki, right, would be able to just tank this attack. It tank essentially existence erasure. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
more powerful lifespan attacks.
And if anything, truth-seeking balls are actually like a very high form of reality warp, considering you can create time spaces with them and destroy time spaces with them, etc., and interact with dimensions that you're not even in. For example, like Naruto could interact with like limbo clones, which exist in like an adjacent universe to their own. Like, so you can interact with interdimensional entities when you're not even in the same dimension as them with truth-seeking balls. Yet these aren't like a higher form of reality warp than something like Haki, in his opinion, which just grants like basic resistance to something like time manipulation, right? So the thing that can destroy time spaces isn't reality warp, but Haki can.
Chakra has a limit. No matter how powerful they are, every character in Naruto has only one pool of chakra.
Okay.
If they expend it all...
So there have been numerous statements in Naruto about chakra being infinite, but like certain characters in chakra having an infinite amount of it, but we'll discuss more of that
they
later.
could actually end up
why
dying.
It may or may not work, but
that pool of chakra is a battery that can be used for either offense or defense. This means that every attack that Naruto launches uses up that much chakra, and every hit he uses chakra to block, that also gets used up.
But he can spam his most overpowered moves back to back with almost no chakra drain. He damn near has infinite chakra. Even the data books describe his chakra amount as like unquantifiable. And we've seen him like spam massive attacks back to back. This is the same dude who can fill the entire fucking sky with shadow clones and apparently make more of them than there are leaves on a tree, right? Average trees having like 200,000 leaves or some bullshit like that. So Naruto could like easily spam his most ultimate jutsus over and over and over again. Even against Ishiki, he had enough power to make multi-shadow clone jutsus that were strong enough to fend him off. His shadow clones were taking chakra from him, and yet each one of them were strong enough to battle Madara's limbo clones, which were apparently just as strong as him. So the idea that his chakra reserves are so little that each one of his attacks are actually going to do anything to his chakra reserves is fucking ridiculous and stupid, considering he's battled for 2 days straight and still released all these same bullshit ass techniques. You feel me? Like, come on, bro.
No matter how vast the pool of chakra is.
Fought Sasuke after fighting for 2 days, and Sasuke absorbed like all the tailed beast. Sasuke literally spammed Chubaku Tensei 9 times and imprisoned multi-continental tailed beast in each one. Like, they can clearly spam their ultimate moves. You feel me? Like, their chakra reserves will not really be touched by them using these jutsus, like, because they have used them back to back. In fact, I'm not even gonna do that.
There is still a limit. This means that the longer a fight goes on, the weaker the chakra user will become.
That is true, but the fight is going to have to go on insanely long. And Naruto could literally just retreat to space at any time. Something Luffy can't do, considering he can't breathe in space. Whereas in the novels, it's explicitly stated that shown that Naruto can breathe in space. Like,
see characters like Naruto casually spamming these attacks.
He did fucking spam this exact attack after a war 9 times on multi-continental entities. Alright, bro. Bro is tripping.
Character must
this gotta be
manually
worse than the first
choose
video. I'm
to
sorry.
use their chakra for defense. Multiple times,
This shit is
Naruto
trash.
has been seriously hurt by characters who use surprise on him or could move faster than he could react. Delta stabbed him. This guy controlled Sasuke's blade and impaled Naruto.
He's using Delta as an example, even though he was allowing himself to get injured for the beginning of that battle. You feel me? And even though he was holding himself back so he could not kill her and get information towards the beginning of that battle. Like, come on, bro. I'm tripping.
Naruto. Even Naruto's own daughter surprised him and landed a hit.
This is like... Okay, so he's essentially using Himawari hitting Naruto and knocking his ass out, which was for comedic purposes as an actual anti-feat. You feel me? This is like me using Nami beating the shit out of Luffy without Haki and putting bruises on his body as an anti-feat to any of his One Piece arguments. It's fucking stupid. And if you actually believe it, like, come on, bro. You're tripping.
Sealed off Naruto's chakra.
Like, stupid ass shit like
every
this, bro.
attack that Naruto launches, he becomes weaker.
As a child, he got hit with 64 of these by Neji and stood the fuck up. And you think, as Hokage, he's taking one of these to the stomach and going to sleep for real? Are you fucking joking? Like, it's ridiculous.
Sealed off
I'm
Naruto's
starting
chakra.
to really hate this video just because of how
every
stupid
attack
this shit
that
got.
Naruto
This gotta
launches,
be worse
he
than
becomes
any death
weaker.
battle video.
Sure, he can try and pull chakra from the environment, but I highly doubt there's enough chakra in the environment to even hope to compare the chakra that Naruto has already.
True, and that's why
limits.
he's never running out of chakra. Because even the Ten Tails, who is natural chakra incarnate, is described as having immeasurable fucking chakra. Even Naruto, whose chakra reserves are so massive in comparison to the environment itself, was in the Ten Tails' chakra and was like, yeah, I can't find an end to this shit. I can sense specific chakra locations from all around this entire planet. I can sense a war from an isolated island. But when I got inside of his chakra, I couldn't perceive an ending. It was that massive. So why do you think he's running out of chakra? Fuck out of here.
However, Devil Fruits nor Haki have such limitations. While Haki can technically run out,
literally one of Luffy's limitations in Gear 4 was stamina when he was fighting Goku. Like Luffy has very bad stamina drains with certain techniques, and they just take a massive toll on his body. As seen with like Gear 3, after he uses it, he shrinks just because of the stress it puts on his body. Gear 2 causes him to just like fucking explode. It literally boils his fucking blood. You feel me? Puts extreme stress on his body at the beginning. These abilities have all been shown to have limits, and he has reached his limit using all of them at one point or the other. You feel me? So it's just ridiculous to say he doesn't have fucking limits, especially when you're saying characters in Naruto do have limits when it's been explicitly stated numerous times that they literally do not. That they have infinite or immeasurable or incalculable chakra or something of that nature. Right? I'm not saying it's true, but I'm saying we literally have statements to support this idea in Naruto, whereas we have like so many other like it's just like so many counterpoints to this exact same argument in One Piece, and it's just ridiculous. Like when he really got into like power scaling in this video, it fell off hard. I'm not even gonna lie.
It appears to be more of an effective overuse and mental strain. So as long as the user does not go over a certain
Physical
threshold,
strain.
he should be able to use it continually, theoretically forever. This also means that
this is essentially a no limits fallacy too, by the way. There's no stated limits, so it must not have any limits essentially, which is fucking ridiculous, right? We all know what a no limits fallacy is, right? It's sort of like saying, I don't know, you can't touch Ultra Instinct Goku. It's literally just impossible to touch him. He'll dodge anything and everything. You feel me? No matter, even if you're God from space who's infinitely more powerful than him, if you're, you know, if he has Ultra Instinct, you just can't touch him. It's the ability. It's sort of like that. It's just a no limits fallacy. You feel me? Like, you're essentially saying even if somebody is infinitely more powerful than you, this ability will always fucking neg them, right? But it's stupid.
He can spam his strongest attacks over and over and over again.
He can't, bro.
For the record,
he can't. We've seen him fucking reach his limit and damn near die. after like just hours of fighting, whereas Naruto has fought continuously for days in war.
This is one of Luffy's greatest attacks. You can clearly see there is a massive pressure wave that is capable of causing tidal waves that stretch for dozens of kilometers.
Alright, so I'm just gonna put on fuck it, I'm just gonna do a montage of Naruto feats since he wants to act stupid and act like this is impressive compared to some of the shit we've seen in Naruto. So fuck it, cue the montage. I'm done with this shit, bro. I'm obviously not done with the video, so stay here, but like cue the montage still. Did you guys like that? Yeah, Naruto blowing up bullshit and having way better feats than making a little ocean-y sock wave. Let's play the
this
fucking
King
video.
Kong gun.
Hey, bro, split the moon! Did I forget to show that thing? Show, bro! Toneri cutting the moon in half or some shit. Show
End up
that!
being in the